Hello everybody and welcome back to Analog Vernacular. Today we're going to be playing some more Rogue Trader here, and we are siding with Cassia and Theobald in this little tiff that we found ourselves in. So I don't know if it was a great idea, but it's the choice I made, so here we are. We've also got level ups. So let's go ahead and look at those. Okay, so talents, this is the full talent list. And characteristics. Okay. So we'll probably get our bonus on ballistic skill then, because we'll probably go into that. Okay. So as for our talents, now here's the thing that I kind of want. Is there? Hold on, I'm gonna get out of this for a second. No, not that. Get out of there. Trying to select the character so I can see his abilities and stuff. Or not. Never mind. Okay, this does not give movement. No movement points. Is there anything that gives bring it down movement points? That, if so, that's the talent I want. So it's called Bring It On. Now, does Bring It On come from our archetype or our background? So that I don't know. I don't remember. If the commissar kills the target with at all costs, they can use at all costs once more this combat for 0 AP. Alright, so there's that one, except Bring It On doesn't give them any movement, so unfortunately that wouldn't actually help. Okay, so if I had to guess, there probably isn't something that would make it so Bring It On gives movement points. Alright, let's go back to the recommended, see what those are first. Okay, that one could be pretty good. Little bonuses to HP whenever I do things, and I do a lot of things to target allies almost every single turn, so... We're gonna do Inspire Courage. Okay, let's get a +5 in ballistic skill. Choose an ability. We already have Endure. Sworn Enemy. The warrior marks the target, gaining a percentage to armor and 2 damage on melee attacks against that target. If the target attacks the warrior during this round, the warrior gains +1 AP. Now, toughness and strength bonuses. Yep, you are really good at both of those. But it's only to the specific target, Sworn Enemy. Do you get to move that around? So if you kill that guy... But hey, this is another thing that's really good against bosses, though. Maybe not so much the little guys, but use this against a boss and Then you get... Yeah, that's pretty good. Alright, let's look at Reckless Strike, though. The warrior's next melee attack gains a percentage armor penetration and a bonus to damage and ignores a percentage of the target's parry. Every enemy who survives an attack enhanced by this ability will attack the warrior in return, including creatures with ranged weapons. Nah, I like Sworn Enemy better. We're gonna take that. Okay. Carouse. So whenever it's these skills, it looks like you get plus 10s. That's, I think, why I thought you were getting plus 10s on these, but because I saw them on this, but they're not the same. Honestly, somebody has to invest in Medicaid. I just don't know who should do it. There probably will be a better person for that later on, so I don't know if that's what I want to invest him in. We could give him even more in athletics, just make him good at what he's already good at. And Carouse reduces, yeah, negative effects. I'm gonna do Carouse, honestly. So negative effects is mostly about common and unique negative effects. Okay. So like debuffs just aren't as effective on you with Carouse. Okay. So many options. So many options. Expose weakness also reduces enemies' toughness and willpower. Your int isn't super high. Right now it's only it would only be a -9. So 3 times 3 essentially. So 9. I kind of like this one. Fresh target. Especially since she has like that electric attack that like can chain to a bunch of people. Like she can do a lot of damage to a lot of people very quickly. She already kind of can, but are there going to be a lot of skills and stuff that are going to be based off of intelligence for you? I mean, we just chose not to take one on the previous one because your intelligence wasn't super high. You have a lot of things that are based off of perception and willpower. I wonder why willpower isn't a thumbs up. We'll take perception. Okay, choose a characteristic. Okay, we'll take ballistic skill. The soldier immediately dashes in the selected direction. Spending all their movement points does not provoke attacks of opportunity. Allows the soldier to dash through allies and enemies, but not through obstacles. Okay, it's a movement ability, so like, yeah, I could see that being very useful for positioning for her without taking attacks of opportunity, especially since she's a burst fire. So like she could bust through an enemy line and position herself into a good spot to be able to get a better spread. There's lots of opportunities where I could see that being useful, especially since she can also hit allies with friendly fire. Being able to reposition without taking opportunity attacks could be incredibly useful. Controlled shot. The soldier gives a sign that they are about to open fire. The soldier and their allies will automatically dodge the soldier's next attack. I don't understand who's who in this. The soldier gives a sign that they are about to open fire. The soldier and their ally. Oh, it's so you don't get friendly fire. That's what it is. Okay. This makes it so... Yeah, controlled shot just means that... Okay, so like both of these are kind of fulfilling the same thing. Either you move into a more advantageous position, or with controlled shot, you just guarantee that your allies won't take the damage if they're within that spread. I think I'm going to take controlled shot. I like the sound of it. Okay. Cool. Very cool. The luxurious feast was left untouched. Servants and defenders. The Lady Navigator's private library is brimming with essays, novels, and personal accounts from the trailblazers and explorers of the Imperium. Her Medicae. The child's safety is paramount. Glory to House Orsellio. An ever-bleeding wound. So yeah, he wasn't lying. He's guaranteed to die. While this may be an alliance of convenience, we shall follow you. Where is the child? Is she safe? Excuse me, servant? Come again? Okay, so I'm assuming that we'll just go straight into the fight as soon as we click on this, so... Quick F10, and activate. Alright, she's up. It is about time we repay those who betrayed our house. Come. Rogue traitor, you treasonous worm, I knew I should have killed you. That is enough, boy. You betrayed the child, our house, and Tisiphone herself. Surrender. I am the savior of our house, and I am prepared to pay the ultimate price. Kill them.
Your arrogance will be your downfall. Purge them.
Holy crap, we got a bunch of allies right now, too. Okay. Argenta did really well with her. I'm gonna put her way over here, because she'll be able to spread against a bunch of these guys. Okay. Next up is me. I'm gonna start you here. No, a little closer. Kind of a similar thing with you, I think. You can be further back. You go there. Does the chance of hitting this guy increase once this guy's dead?
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone! Each strike is a prayer.
Okay, we didn't hit that many individuals, so I'm not gonna proc this right now. We only hit 3 people. Oh yeah, it's either whoever you hit or whoever's surrounding you. Gotta remember that one too. Go Theobald! I don't know what you're up to, but...
No can do.
Okay, so apparently that doesn't give line of sight. Interestingly enough. Is that not cover? Yes, it is. Okay. Yeah, I hit more of them. Is that better for me? What if I hit you? Yeah, that's what we do. Okay.
What an unfortunate turn of fate. Will do.
Does that go away each turn? So I could keep stacking this throughout the fight, and then eventually I can hit that to expose weaknesses, right?
Death to the heretics.
Damn, that hurt me a lot.
Death to the heretics! Don't let your guard down.
I can't give it to myself, right? I refuse.
I won't compromise my principles.
No line of sight. Shit. Okay, who's left? These guys? Everybody over here is dead now, right? And then him.
I'm not interested. Victory is imminent.
Nice, dude. Why did you get another turn? I don't know why he got another turn. Because the person who was marked was over here and he didn't kill anybody, but...
Rejoice in battle!
Okay, and then with controlled shot... And their allies. Does that include all of these people? All these yellow health bars?
I'll do it.
Let's hope so. It still says there's a percentage to hit. Did I misunderstand this? Well, we're gonna have to figure this out eventually, so... Let's do a single shot, maybe.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
Damn. Okay. Okay, we'll check what that is in just a minute. Warp Curse. I'm trying to look at these guys. Really? All right, let's right click on him. we can do this. Warp Curse Unleashed. The enemy becomes cursed until the end of combat. All incoming warp damage is increased, and other types of incoming damage are increased by 9%. At the start of their turn, the enemy closest to them also becomes cursed. Ooh, interesting. Okay, so it like slowly spreads. It has a chance to kill.
But of course. Farewell.
Nice.
Was that you? Or...
Just a minor setback.
Thanks, buddy. So do you get an extra turn? Nice. Good to know that your ally units can do that.
I am ready for whatever comes.
Oh, target's too far? Okay. I don't think you can do anything. All those guys are dead. Yeah, no, you can't do anything. Okay.
I will do my...
Got him.
No.
Okay.
This is your burden, child.
Lost a lot of House Orsellio today.
Return to the fold of your house as your destiny demands.
No! Don't leave me alone in this violet-brown haze. Wake up. Your mistress is giving you an order. Do you hear me?
Cassia looks at the navigator's body in bewilderment, and you are overwhelmed with an inexplicable sense of loneliness and grief. Oh yeah, she has like some kind of empath ability. So like we're feeling her grief.
He was a fine seer of the war. He fought for his mistress until the end.
Yeah, no. Enough's enough. I've had my fill of waterworks, thank you.
The deer brusquely wipes away her tears with pointed determination. I regret that we had to meet under such circumstances.
What need have I for your regrets? I just want things to go back to the way they were before.
She looks sorrowfully at the destruction around her.
What are you going to do to me?
Okay. Lady Cassia, I, Analog Vernacular von Valancius, rogue trader of the Imperium of Man, offer you my protection and grant you shelter aboard my vessel.
I beg your pardon, but what about my servants? Your Act 5 is still full of people loyal to House Orsellio.
All who can be saved will be given succor on board my ship. She ponders.
As a Lady Navigator of House Orsellio, I accept your gracious offer of protection. Please, take me to your vessel. I can no longer bear the pain of this place.
Now, somebody help me understand. Do psychers or do navigators live extremely long lives or anything like that? Like, is there any lore for that sort of thing? I'm just curious because the only navigator that I've seen was fused to their chair. Literally fused. Like, their body and skin had fused with the chair that they were sitting in. Is that normal? Like, is she gonna be put in that chair and never allowed to leave it or something? Like, I don't know how this shit works, but like, that's the only navigator we've seen. Ooh, shotguns. Oh, hell yes. I'm gonna keep one of these in my inventory. Because we've got this girl. And I wanna see what I think she's a psyker, that would make sense to me. But she's a party member, so like she's not gonna just be chilling on our ship, right? Interesting. So she's going down the dogmatic tree. Cool. So like you're more heretical, right? Yeah. So I think these are going to be our two main focuses, so I don't think we're going to go down too much of the heretical stuff. We'll most likely be locked into Iconoclast, but I don't think that's going to put us in too much conflict with Dogmatic unless our choices really lead us down. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know how it's going to work, but... Okay, so we have 2 level ups right now that we get to give her. Choose a characteristic. Perception and willpower. Damn, they're high too. Let's do willpower first. Then if we really wanted to, we could do perception as well this turn. Honestly, yeah, let's just do it. Give her bonuses in both of those right off the bat. Okay. Now we get another talent here. Oh, she's an officer? She is. All right, she's a psyker officer. Lidless stare. Unlimited range, it just cones out from her. All creatures in a cone in front of the navigator suffer 11 to 14 damage. The affected target must also pass a 30 bonus willpower resistance test or become stunned for 1 turn. And like 30 is actually like a 70. Lower tests are harder to... just don't worry. I'm not going to worry about it. Just don't worry about it. The point is that 30 is harder than a 70. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna go out for just a moment. Okay, so she does have a staff. Does she have something like the lightning ability? Like she's got that lightning, chain lightning thing. So that gives the lightning arc. The staff does. Did not realize the staff was what gave that. But your staff only has strike and adds 5 willpower and 5 perception. Okay. Okay. So these are specifically like navigator things for a lot of these. Whenever the navigator uses a navigator power that hasn't been used this combat, the navigator gains +2 perception until the end of combat. So which abilities do you have? That's your navigator one, right? Any origin talents are navigator things? Huh. Whenever a creature in combat gains an extra turn, the navigator gains a stacking +5 bonus to willpower. Ooh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's really cool, actually. I might take that. Let's look at some more, though. All resistance tests with their willpower if it is higher than the base characteristics for such test. Ooh, that's that's kind of cool, too. Because our willpower is really, really good. The navigator makes all resistance tests with their willpower. If it is higher than the base characteristics for such tests, which most of them will be. Kinda like that one too. Some of these are really good. I'm gonna take that, mind over matter. Okay, mind over matter. Oh, wait, these ones didn't lock in? Why? Okay, perception. Okay, so that one's the willpower. This will be perception. Okay, then here, mind over matter. And... oh, well that changes it. Never mind, we're going back. Instead of perception, we'll take something else then. Because we can do the perception here. Take the perception there. Yeah, nobody's been int-based so far. Nobody like is somebody that we've been investing in intelligence. But do we want you to be our Medicaid person? I don't know. Probably not. we still have one more open slot, so... The thing that I don't like about this is that I don't necessarily... a lot of these have to do with, like, using navigator powers specifically, and I don't really know what specifically are navigator powers. You know? Starts all turns including extra turns with +3 additional movement points. The first ally targeted each turn by the navigator with a single target ability gains the same amount of additional movement points at the start of their next turn. That could actually chain well with having 2 officers. So in other words, my character can give her an extra turn, and she would still have that movement. I'm gonna take Guide of Souls there. Okay, mind over matter. So willpower. That thing. Mind over matter. Guide of Souls, that's what that's called. And perception. Okay. You've got an injury. But we're about to go back to the void ship, so it doesn't matter. It should go away when we go to the void ship. What's that aura about? Anybody know what that means? Okay, it's the exact same armor. Gotcha. Stub revolver, that might be useful to somebody. Hit chance and critical hit chance. Okay, that also looted him. Theobald. Every time the wearer deals damage to the target's weapon skill and ballistic skill is reduced by -5 for 2 rounds. Cool. Okay. So you can't use that. Why? Strength required is 35 for a pistol. Okay, that may give us a reason to actually increase our strength then. I didn't realize that that would be a thing for pistols even, so... Okay, that could be for you. Alright, it is for you. Yeah, we need to actually try using this, this sniper rifle. I forgot I had that in the last one, so... Okay, the shotgun. Okay. Every time the wearer deals damage, the target's weapon skill and ballistic skill is reduced. By -5 for 2 rounds stacks up to 3 times. Now I wonder if you hit multiple times with a burst thing, does it stack that? So if you hit somebody twice when you're burst firing, I don't know if that's how that works or not, but this would probably be a good one on you. Okay. Hit chance and crit chance. Okay, logic. 30. Yeah, nobody's really investing in int, so logic ain't exactly our strong suit, so this is just gonna go on you, I guess. Okay. Okay, there's nobody left to talk to. Back to the void ship. Okay, normally when I get a load screen, it doesn't automatically leave the load screen. You have to press a button. This time it did not. So I tried pausing my recording, and then it decided that it was going to just not do it this time. Whatever, man. Lord Captain, Lady Navigator, welcome aboard the Sanctum Navis. Oh, welcome aboard. The Sanctum Navis has been prepared for the communion ritual, but if the Lady Navigator wishes to rest in her quarters first. Your heart starts beating furiously, your breaths come short and choppy, and your fingertips tingle unpleasantly. You notice that Vigdis is shivering slightly, and the crew are glancing around in puzzlement, searching for the source of this sudden wave of unease. It's the way she's feeling. Without even looking at the Voxmaster, Cassia waves her away. First, I wish to speak with the road trader. Leave us. Of course. When you are ready for the ritual, please let me know. Cassia sweeps her pensive gaze over Vigdis, then, lowering her lashes, slightly turns to you. What did you wish to speak about? Before I begin the ritual, I wish to look once again into the eyes of the man whose fame is so great it managed to penetrate the impregnable walls of Urac 5, long before we ever met. It truly is you, Analog Vernacular, the person the whole Expanse and Calixtus sector are talking about, and now a rogue trader as well. Damn, how did word spread so fast? After a few seconds hesitation, Cassia lets out a small exhale and then raises her pointed chin. I have not yet thanked you for saving me on the station. My thoughts were clouded with so much mournful ash when Theobald's heart stopped. But you acted honorably, and did not exploit me in my wretched position, and for that I am immeasurably grateful. I am also deeply grateful that you saved my servants, especially my valet. Uwe served on the station for more than 5 years, much longer than any who preceded him. He knows how to properly attend to me during journeys through the Imperium, and what to serve me for breakfast. His presence envelops me in a cloak of amber. But now, Cassia throws back her shoulders, I am ready to go to the Sanctum Navis and perform the sacred rite. I require brushes, canvas, and the best paints you have on board, but no red. No red, okay. Tell me more about what the ritual entails. I doubt the uninitiated could understand the mysteries of navigation, but I shall try to explain the essence of it. I must merge my mind and will with the machine spirit of the ship, so that I become one with the vessel. Cassia lifts a lock of hair from the back of her neck, revealing gilded implant ports. After that, I use the House Orsellio ritual, which I am loath to reveal to you to free my mind of all errant thoughts. And then it is time to open my third eye and peer into the depths of the warp itself. Among the nightmarish visions, mirages, and creatures of the abyss, only the light of the Emperor is the truth that will lead me from star to star, from system to system. Oh, the light. The guiding thread so fine it can slip from one's grasp at any moment. Cassia unfurls her hand as though dropping something. But you have nothing to worry about. The navigators of House Orsellio never lose their course. Why do you refuse red paint? Cassia gestures towards the servant standing beside her. Uwe will give of his blood before the ritual, as always. Okay. I shall ensure that all the necessary supplies are delivered to the Sanctum Navis. She nods and thanks. I shall take my leave of you for the duration of the rite. I ask that you do not follow me. Few can survive the gaze of my warp eye when it is opened. Okay. Lord Captain, I will oversee the open channel between the Lady Navigator and the bridge, and may the Emperor's light help us all. Okay. The Voxcaster in the Sanctum Navis picks up the susurration of clothes, pious chanting, and the metallic clicking of implants. Then the serene voice of the Lady Navigator breaks the silence, initiating communion ritual. Come here, Uwe. The exultant ring of metal freed from its scabbard, the low sob of the servant, the rhythmic drip of liquid on canvas, the faint whispers of the brush. Go. Footsteps hurrying away. I see violet vortexes lashing an ocean with a million flails, and umber shadows spinning over the surface in a fiery dance, a storm rising above foaming waters, armadus drowning in fog. The path from one end to another cannot be seen. And here, beyond the wall of glass, a daughter forsaken by her father yearns for her brother, and the sun's pale disk goes in tireless pursuit. Of her? No, of me. Its frozen rays lie that spring is here. The light is deadened. The great ruler is gone. What? What is this about? What is this? The Voxmaster recoils at Cassia's words and accidentally snaps one of the cogitator levers. The panel beneath her fingers emits sparks, and the Voxcaster falls silent. She quickly flips a series of switches and bows guiltily. My abject apologies for cutting off the broadcast, Lord Captain. I have never heard the warp speaking through a navigator before. The connection is restored now. It will not happen again. I'm gonna remain silent. Leave the Lady Navigator undisturbed. Soul-shredding screams drown out the Vox transmission. The servants in the Sanctum Navis are howling and shrieking like wild beasts, moaning in pain, their throats raw from the strain, and then, sudden silence. The dull thud of dropping bodies proclaims their fate. What is happening? It appears the servants were part of the Lady Navigator's rite, as it was for her predecessor. I will arrange for the bodies to be removed from the Sanctum Navis after the ritual, or what is left of them. Jesus, this sounds horrible, whatever's happening. Okay, you know what, you do your thing. I don't know what this rite is all about, but cool. Bunch of dead people. Rogue trader, I fear I have unfortunate news. Endless blackness has spread across the canvas, dividing what should be whole in two, and my sight cannot glimpse the light of the Emperor as clearly as before. I cannot turn around, my brush only draws me onward. The way is blocked. You hear a heavy exhale, rustling fabric and metallic clicking. By the Emperor's grace, the ritual was successful. Your vessel's temperament presented a challenge. Its cold steel grip did not allow me to breathe freely even for a second. It was as if the depths of the ship housed not only machine spirits, but something other. Now I will retreat to my chambers to recover my strength. Send for me if you have need of me. Interesting. As if the depths of the ship house not only machine spirits, but something other. I wonder if that's the entity that has been making itself known to me. Lord Captain, congratulations on acquiring a navigator. Spare me a few moments of your time, please. There are several matters that require your attention. First of all, I want to report on the condition of the station Urak 5. Had you opted to begin your visit to the Rykad system with a different destination, the station could have become critically unstable. Fortunately, the decision to immediately visit the representatives of Navis Nobilite bought us precious time. Interesting. That's a fascinating comment. So had we chose to gone to Rykad Minoris instead, I wonder if our interaction at Uruk 5 would have been completely different. We can either send our forces to disassemble the station and procure technological components for our own vessel, or attempt to save as many valuables as we can. Components or save as many valuables? Interesting. I don't understand which is which. So, let's see. Technological components for our vessel or valuables. So valuables for trade are things that can help our ship. Gather any components that may be of use on the ship. As you command, Lord Captain. With your permission, I would also like to remind you that we are still looking for an engine seer prime. Both the vessel and its machine spirits are in desperate need of oversight by an experienced tech priest. We are also missing some crew. And much more importantly, we have not yet located Heinrich van Kallax, the right hand of the Lord Inquisitor. Now we know for sure he was not at Uruk 5, so keep this in mind when making any future plans. Thank you, Victus. That will be all for now. There's no reason to be mean to Victus. As it pleases you, Lord Captain. So, Rykad Majoris. Unknown. Unknown. Whatever that is. Is it the prison planet? Is that what that is? An unidentified void ship. So that could be another... rogue trader. We know that there's at least one other rogue trader in the area. Machine spirit? Alright, I think Rykad Minoris is the next place to go. Quest, New Blood, Machine Spirit Keeper, Land of Rykad Minoris. I don't know what these are. I don't know what those are. Lord Captain, there is some commotion on the officer's deck. The Lady Navigator has left her quarters and is currently in the wardroom. We are uninitiated crew members are shunning her in terror. Oh, good. Perhaps you should find out what has brought Cassia to the deck. Sure. Shunning her in terror. Okay. I don't know what's going on, but that's great. Cassia, girl. Why are you scaring people?
Lord Captain, my apologies. I did not notice your entrance.
The Lady Navigator is engrossed in pursuing the dusty tomes, which appear to have been neglected by the other officers, be it because of sloth or dullness of mind. When you walk closer, Cassia looks up at you, starts, and hides a weathered book behind her back. It pleases me to see you adjusting to life aboard the ship.
Compared to Uruk 5, your ship is a boundless world of unfamiliar hues. And yet, the abundance of bright colors can at times be wearisome on the eyes. The bridge and the decks are so clamorous. In my search for a place of quiet, I was fortunate to come upon this islet of serenity filled with rare tomes and practically devoid of color.
The events that took place on Uruk 5 must have shaken you greatly. Are you well?
One should not underestimate the navigators of House Orsellio, Lord Captain. Like a shawl of pale smoke, a faint malaise hangs upon my shoulders, but it will not be the slightest hindrance to my duty to humanity, and my duty to you.
Cassia's response is reserved and pointedly decorous, clearly intended to create a distance between you. Your only attendant is your valet from Uruk 5. Do my servants not measure up to your standards? Let's see. Yeah, let's ask that.
No. It is not that at all, Lord Captain. It is just that Uwe is quite capable of carrying out his duties by himself. He is well accustomed to my whims and preferences.
Fair enough. Perception succeeded. Cassia cringes ever so slightly. Adjusts the adornment on her forehead, then awkwardly hides her clawed fingers in the folds of her clothes. The unnatural appearance of navigators often becomes the topic of gossip among lowly servants and officers alike. It is unsurprisingly, then, that Cassia prefers the company of one who is used to how she looks. Point to the book in Cassia's hands. I see you are fond of reading.
Oh, this. I found this fascinating read on one of the shelves, and I must say, it has caught my eye. Its every chapter is written in verse. I find it so beautiful and enrapturing.
A collection of works by the Cadian naval commander and poet, Elias Quent.
Urak 5 had a vast archive of its own, of course. Although most of the works within had to do with scholarly disciplines of some sort or another. Only in my sparse moments of respite was I allowed to escape into the pages of more embellished works.
Cassia gently brushes the dust off the cover with her thin, clawed hand, her eyes filled with longing after reminiscing about her lost home. I hope that you have had ample time to calm yourself in your powers.
There are people on this ship who are far more impulsive and dangerous to others, and far less devoted to the God Emperor than a herald of the Navis nobility. But I did not need your words to see the shades of umber unease that whirl around your subjects whenever I am near. Were I not acquainted with such a reaction, I could have found their behavior and your question just now insulting.
Oh. Well, I didn't have the option not to ask it, so I had to insult you. I'm sorry.
Lord Captain, would you kindly explain to me why you are pestering me with these questions? Inquiring about my mood and my needs, showing an interest in the books I am enjoying. You are behaving as if you possessed a shred of fellow feeling for one such as I. I beg your pardon, Lord Captain. That was no way for a navigator to conduct herself.
Are you a tsundere? Let's see. You have nothing to apologize for. Human emotions are natural, be they good or bad, and it is just as natural to share them with others.
Please forgive me. I cannot even understand myself right now. Your words and attention have reminded me of life on the station, of Theobald and Felek. I do not understand. They were merely the keepers of Urak 5. So why do memories of those two make me feel a strange heaviness here?
She places a hand on her breastplate.
At the same time, I find myself overwhelmed with new excitement and anticipation. At last, I have set foot outside my familiar walls and into a world that I have only seen before in the pages of books. Your ship alone is a treasure trove of remarkable artifacts and curiosities. And just imagine the things that await beyond, but my delight must seem childish to you, surely. In your heart, you must be finding all this quite amusing.
Okay, these first two are like flirty so far. This one is kind of like rude. That one's pretty neutral. I would not dare to make fun of a lady's feelings, especially not one who has captivated me since I first set eyes on her. That one's super forward and rude.
Words like that, Lord Captain, could easily be misconstrued. You should familiarize yourself with some of the works in your library to learn the appropriate manner of conversing with a lady.
Struggling to maintain an expression of polite indifference, Cassia covers her burning face and swiftly exits the room. I'm sorry, I don't have a lot of experience talking to a lady. I am quite bad at it. Okay, where are we even? The upper decks. Okay. Well, this is as good a place as any to end this episode, so thank you all for being here. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and in the next episode, we'll explore this area of the ship, I suppose. But yeah, have a good one. Bye.
I'd like to give a very special shout out to my patron supporters: Darren York, ZTD, Knife Namaste, Kyle the Monarch, Chris Murphy, JW, Quinless, Vlado101, Andy Ford, Bruce Wizzle, Black Mamba 90, Eureka Gecko, A Happy Fat Panda, Turkeyfoot 27, Pedo Kuto, Shadow Raven, and Nadia N. If you would also like to join this tier or any others, check out my memberships or my Patreon in the description down below.